Hello and welcome to the Costless Tiny YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me yet again for another New York Giants football video. And yes, audio only. It's going to be audio only probably while I go to school just because it's a lot more convenient for me. Hopefully you guys understand. But the content's still going to make you laugh and hopefully you guys still enjoy it. But the New York fucking Giants suck, all right? I understand that. We've been the worst team in the last 6 years in every statistical category, I'm sure. Every statistical measure you can fucking apply to a team, we're probably the worst in the league at. All right? But this is embarrassing. 40-0. 40 zip we lose to the Dallas Cowboys at home. This was a game that Giants fans, and I wasn't making fun of them. I might have believed it somewhat that this was the game where Daniel Jones states who he is to the world. He was going to tell everyone that he is deserving of the number 6 pick in the draft he got picked. He's better than Kyler Murray that was in his draft class, and he is worth the $40 million a year that he's making in his new deal with the New York Giants. And what did he do? It wasn't really on him. It really wasn't on him. The team fucking sucks. We suck, guys. It's like the guy, I think it's from The Waterboy. He's like, oh no, we suck again. That's us. We suck again. And I'm going to be honest, even before the game started, I had a bad feeling because when I saw Brian Dable walking down the big blue carpet, it's the red carpet version for the New York Giants, he gave me Ben McAdoo vibes from year 2 of Ben McAdoo when he had that stupid ass jerk off haircut where it was all slicked back. I got Ben McAdoo year 2 vibes from Brian Dable where he kind of got full. He looks full of himself, and yeah, it definitely looks like the 2017 New York Giants all over again. A year where we were supposed to be, some experts and analysts and pundits put us in an NFC title game that year, and we went 13-3. I mean 3-13, I believe. We were fucking dog shit. We had injuries and injuries. Andrew Thomas is hurt. He fucked up his hamstring, I'm guessing. But yeah, 2017 all over again. That's the 2023 New York Giants for you. 2017 all over again, if I can say it, put it in one sentence. But Daniel Jones, I just bought his jersey. I wore it to work because they allow us. But I was wearing the Daniel Jones jersey because I wanted to show people that, yeah, I believe in Daniel Jones. I believe in Daniel Jones can be a very good quarterback when he's surrounded by a decent offensive line that will give him time and space, a gifted offensive mind in Mike Kafka, and decent receivers. Finally, he has people to throw to. He has an all-pro tight end in Darren Waller. But it doesn't matter when no one shows up to fucking work. And I will say this, Daniel Jones is probably the worst quarterback I've ever fucking seen in the NFL level when nothing goes right. He's the worst. But I think you could have put prime Tom Brady, you could have put prime Aaron Rodgers, whoever you want to say, whoever your greatest of all time when it comes to quarterbacks is, you could put him back there behind that Giants offensive line. They weren't going to do anything. And even Michael Parsons says in his little podcast or whatever he's got going on over there in his stream that, hey, don't be throwing Daniel Jones under the bus. He basically implied that offensive line they're a bunch of bitches, and they are. Evan Neal is a fucking bust. Joe Shane, come on, man. It's not working out. It's not working out. And also, Kayvon Thibodeau. We really need to revise. We really need to look back at those 2 draft picks right there by Joe Shane last year. We had two picks in the top 10, and they don't look too good. Let's call it what it is. Kayvon definitely looks better than Evan Neal because Evan Neal can't block me. I could probably get a sack on Daniel Jones if I wanted to, going through Evan Neal. Evan Neal sucks, man. He fucking sucks. And there's too many problems on this team to ignore. To say, well, we have the Cardinals next week. We'll beat the Cardinals and we'll be back at 1-1. Nah. We fucking suck. And anyone that's telling you we don't fucking suck is just lying to you. It's not Daniel Jones' fault. Saquon Barkley even had a bad game. It was a shit show. It really was a shit show. When you don't score a single fucking point in the NFL, that's really hard to do. That's truly amazing. That's an achievement in the worst kind of way. But it's so easy to score in the NFL. It's a scoring league. All the rule changes they've made in the modern era promote scoring, and we can't get a field goal. It gets blocked, returned, two fumbles in the first quarter. I think it was. It was it was bad. It was really bad. And I will say this: Coach Dable, Wink, the defensive coordinator, and Kafka, the offensive coordinator. Man, that we didn't look prepared for that game at all. How did we get? We got worse. How did we get worse? How did we get worse? Because the biggest player we lost, in my opinion, was Julian Love, safety from Notre Dame. He went to Seattle, but we're not that. Who else did we lose? Honestly, that was, oh my gosh, I can't believe we lost him. It was really no one. It was really, we got the band back together, and we went for it again, and we got our pants pulled. That game was, we got our pants pulled down, and our noodle was a little small, and everyone laughed at our little noodle. All right, that's what that game was, an utter embarrassment. And honestly, I think for the rest of my life, I will always hear, remember in 2023 when you lost 40-0 to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to hear that for the rest of my life, I'm sure. Because honestly, and I should. It's deserved because that was the worst fucking game I've ever seen in the last 6 years of watching Giants football. That's Ben McAdoo. That's the worst game that Ben McAdoo's ever coached, than Pat Shurmur, than Joe fucking Judge. That was worse than all of those guys. Brian Dable, you keep this up, man, you're not here next year. And we always have this cycle where we get rid of coaches after 2 years, and it looks like it's going to continue. NFL Coach of the Year, my fucking ass. Where was he? Where was he? And we were set up to fail. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong. If we were selling the game, it would look like we sold the game. But yeah, and the Cowboys, they didn't really have to do much offensively, did they? I don't even think. Let's take a look, because this whole Dak owns the NFC, owns New York Giants. He went 13 for 24, 143 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He didn't even throw a touchdown, guys, and we lost by 40. Let me repeat that. Let me repeat that for you guys. Dak Prescott did not throw a touchdown. He did not throw a touchdown, and he didn't even throw 150 yards, and they still scored 40 on us. Come on, man. That's fucking embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I don't even know how else to. I don't even know what else to say besides that. Dak Prescott, who supposedly is our father, didn't even have to throw a touchdown. He didn't even have to work. They could have put out Cooper Rush. They could have put out Trey Lance, and it was going to be the same fucking scoreline. And it's embarrassing. The New York Giants, they're a joke. And I told my buddy this, who's a Cowboys fan, but we get along. And he's like, man, that I feel bad for you. And I said, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Because I know he's not being a sarcastic asshole. But I told him this, and I will say this for the record. As a New York Giants fan, especially in the last 6 years, I know what a 5-win football team looks like. And that was a 5-win football team, if they're lucky. We're not beating the Cardinals, guys. We're not beating the Cardinals. We can't block anything. What point do I need? How else do I need to prove that we can't block shit? We're an absolute embarrassment. And I will say this: the university I go to, they don't even have a football team yet. They play in 2025, but the recruits, whatever they have, I'm sure they have a few recruits. Their offensive line that they recruited could have done a better job against the Cowboys. That's how shit they are. When Andrew Thomas, our all-pro fucking left tackle, gets a false start on the first drive and basically kills the drive. We were doing almost decent on that first drive. Kills it. That's when I knew, what the fuck is this? This team's a joke. This team's an absolute joke. And what do we say? Poor execution, poor coach, poorly coached team. That's what we are, guys. That's what we've been. And it sucks because it just tells me that last season was a fluke. It really was a fluke because this team's shit, man. We're back to being shit. And it just sucks. And it sucks because, Saquon Barkley, you think he's going to sign an extension. Joe Shane thinking like he has that leverage. If I'm Saquon Barkley, why the fuck would I come back? This team's shit. I'm not going to win anything in this fucking team. And the roster's way off what it needs to be. Because those players showed what they were. They fucking played, and they gave up like a little bitch. They gave up like a bunch of bitches, and it's just disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. I can't even... Days after it. This is literally the Tuesday after the game, and I'm still fucking fuming about it. Like, it's just... Here's the thing, guys. I've seen bad football. I've seen the New York Giants suck. I've seen the New York Giants get 3 wins, 4 wins. But this is embarrassing because it's so disappointing. I expected a lot more from this New York Giants team, and what did we get? Fuck all. Really. And Daniel Jones, I will say this. He was under duress. But the thing is, when Daniel Jones has no offensive line, and he's just basically shitting himself, and I understand why he would be shitting himself. Even when the rare occasion where they give him a good pocket to throw in and there's a wide open person, he's not going to hit him because mentally he's fucked. He's absolutely, he just fucking checks out and he just misses wide open players. And we saw that, especially the Stephen Gilmore interception. That's just Daniel Jones, just like he's checked out, guys. And that's what he is. So for the best interest of the New York Giants and Daniel Jones, we're going to have to do a rebuild again, dude. We're going to have to do another rebuild again. And Daniel Jones, he still has 3 years left on his deal after this season. And I think we can get some good draft capital from him. And it's best for both parties, man. It's not like, oh, get Daniel Jones out of here. It's for the sake of his fucking career, dude. He has no offensive line. And how many times did he get hit when we were already losing by 20? He took so much unnecessary damage. And it's sad to see. It's sad to see because he is a good talent. It's just we're wasting him. We're wasting him. Just like Saquon Barkley, top 5 player in his position. We're absolutely wasting his career. And we didn't even give him a bag. It's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. But this whole facade that Joe Shane has, I trusted Joe Shane, but when you still haven't given us an offensive line, come on. What's been the problem for the New York Giants this whole time? No offensive line, no receivers. And he fixed the receivers part, but the offensive line is still fucking shit. It's still fucking shit. But, yeah, to wrap it up, the New York Giants, 5 wins if they're lucky this year. I'm planning to do another video where I do Week 2 predictions. That'll be out tomorrow, Wednesday. And yeah, we're losing to Arizona on the road, and then the bigger bloodbath's gonna happen. You thought 40-0 was bad. Wait till we play on Thursday night in Week 3 against San Francisco in California. Oh, that's gonna be glorious. That's gonna be an absolute farce. Thank goodness I have the defense for San Francisco on my fantasy. Yeah, it's a joke. It really is a joke, guys. But the New York Giants, I'm already done. Like, I'm watching the games. I'm a fan, but I'm done. This is just 2017 all over again. I'll watch the team because I'm not a fucking plastic. I'll be here till the end, but it's just I'm expecting the worst, and usually I'm right. So we'll see what happens. But I'm already ready for the draft, guys. I really am. I can't wait for our top 3 pick. Maybe we're in for Caleb Williams, but I don't think that's even a good pick because we're not even ready for a young quarterback to be put in. We can't even give Daniel Jones 5 seconds to throw the ball. If you put Caleb Williams in there, he's going to end his career, or he'll just snub us. He might do an Eli Manning on us and say, "I'm not going there. Fuck that." They sucked for 7 years, but yeah, ready for the draft. Let's go. Joe Shane and Brian Dable could realistically be out of a job, and I'm not going to feel sorry for them. They fooled us all, guys. They really did, and I'll be the first one to say I got fooled. And I think I had this team at 11 wins. How fucking wrong was I? And we have a brutal schedule. It's gonna be a fun year to do this, it really is. But I'll keep the Giants content coming. Like I said, video out tomorrow, week 2 predictions. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it. But I'm definitely not enjoying this Giants season so far. But we'll see what happens. But dude, we suck, man. I think there's no other way. I would be truly shocked if we can turn this around. But this is not a week 1 fluke. No. This is a team a division rival that we know a lot about. No new coaches, no new players. No departures. Like, oh, we're without this guy and that guy. No, we were full strength and we couldn't score a fucking point. This offense was at full strength. Everyone was healthy, and we scored 0 points. That's a fucking joke. Get the fuck out of here, New York Giants. You suck. I love you, but you suck. And that's all I got to say, guys. There's no other. I can't even. Just that statement broke me mentally right now, saying it out loud. It's a joke. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like. Subscribe to the video as well. Like I said, I'll have a lot more content coming covering NFL, so I'm looking forward to it because I'm going to probably be watching other games as well because if I just watch New York Giants games like I usually do, week by week, I might, stop watching. I'm not going to be looking forward to the NFL season, but there's a lot of good stuff to watch, obviously. But yeah, I'll keep you posted on the content. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Comment down below. Share it out to your friends that like to make fun of New York Giants fans because they'll get a kick out of this one, I'm sure. But I appreciate you all. You have a good one. Thank you very much.